Greetings and salutations, what's goody, folk. Of course, I am your coach and creator of all things soul-driven, soul-intended, Bryson. At you, showing you a little titty. This time around, just being silly. But in this video, we're going to go ahead and get into a general timeless reading for air signs. Okay, so if you are a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius in your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or otherwise heavily aspected in your birth chart, this may be for you. So we're going to start off as usual with the forecasting of energies via numerology and my dice. Ooh, shit. Well, 4. Oh, shit. So we got 444 on the dice. 3 consecutive 4s. I love synchronicity. So the angels are wanting to resonate with you. So whenever I see 444, that tells me that now is the time to meditate, or it's time to meditate more. Okay, so you might want to take that up if it resonates. So moving forward, reducing 4 to 2. Well, 4, first of all, represents the foundation space. The foundation that our belief systems and idealisms are built on. Whether it's romantic, familial relationships, business relationships, ideology, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's the representation of the number 4, the foundation, space, and energy. Now, reducing 4 to 2 is union, companionship, and partnership energy. Okay, again, it's not only limited to romantic type pairings, but could be, again, familial, close friendships, and even business aspects. Okay, and further reducing 2 to 1 is the emotional body, how we feel about the things that we have experienced and have gone through in our lifetime. And it also represents leadership energy. So I feel like that a lot of air signs are being called to come into leadership, not only in a business sense, not only affectionately from the heart space, but also in your emotional body. Okay, it's time to come into control over our emotions so that we can better affect how we manifest and just a healthier way of living. Okay, so as I did the fire sign reading, we're going to take a look at some dual energies, conflicting energies, which may consist of karmic energy, or whatever is out there in the realm today. Okay, so we're just going to kind of take it and play with it and see what spirit has for my air signs. Okay, so I'll do the top row of 3 principal cards and the bottom row of 3 principal cards as well, and then we'll go ahead and clarify, so on and so forth, and see what's out there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get to it. First principal card, King of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, the upright, 4 of Wands. Okay, that's the top row. Now we're going to do the bottom row, 4 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, like that, and the King of Wands. So we got a lot of divine masculine energy on the board today, on the spread today. So we're going to go ahead and start with the King of Pentacles. This is my Wisdom of Solomon card, okay? This is divine masculine energy taking action and imparting in the aspects of the material, which include the finance, business, and property. Also indicative of earth sign energy, Virgo, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Well, I did that on the other video too. Not Aquarius. Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Okay, so there may be some significant energy here specifically for Aquarius. I don't believe in coincidences or even accidents these days. Everything happens for a reason. Okay, so Aquarius, you may be being called into your divine masculine within the King of Pentacles. Okay, and start taking action in regard to some business endeavors or some things that you may want to do with your finances, such as investing in stock, purchasing vacation homes, or even a new home or building on new property, things of that manner and nature. So Spirit is saying that now is the time for you to get into your divine masculine energy and start to take action on these endeavors, whatever you've been contemplating or have been planning as of lately, or pondering over some old ideas that you want to now bring into fruition and have been wondering if this is the time to do so. Spirit is saying, yes, this is the time to act on that. Okay. You may have been physically stressed over this particular idea. This is the Three of Swords in the upright. Okay, this is the Warrior. So this is physical stress, feeling, yeah. You've been stressing out over this idea for some of you who resonate with this energy. Otherwise, you have been feeling overworked in your day-to-day life, your day-to-day routine, your career aspects. Some of you may have been mulling over leaving the corporate world, and starting your own business. Okay, this might even be a spiritually based business that some of you may have been contemplating or pondering over. Swords represents the soul space, which is the total embodiment of who we are as spiritual, soul-driven, soul-intended beings having a physical and human experience on this earthly realm. Okay, so again, Three of Swords, the Warrior. Okay, you just have a lot of things that is running through your mind at this time, and you have a lot on your plate right now. Okay, and you may have been maybe even seeking clarity within this time, which takes me back to the King of Pentacles. For those of you who have been contemplating on if it's appropriate to take action on certain ideas or to take action on leaving the corporate world and starting your own business, with this King of Pentacles coming out, the Wisdom of Solomon, Spirit is saying it's time to take action. Okay, Swords also represents you, air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy. Okay, so this Warrior, this stress and feeling overworked is definitely being brought upon by outside energy and outside influences. 3, once again, for me in my numerology, represents finding and maintaining clarity, but it can also reveal conflict, confusion, chaos, mess, and third-party energy. Okay, so some of you all may be experiencing some conflict in the workplace due to some third-party energy, some conflicting coworkers, some coworkers who may act and think that they're your boss, but they're not. They're just a peer. They're a peer, doing the same job as you, or something correlating with what you do, but they're definitely not your boss. There may be some messy people in the work environment, just real gossipy type folk mixing business with pleasure, that type of thing, and it's causing you to feel uncomfortable, to feel stressed in a situation, partly because you might be involved in an office type shenanigan, okay, and feeling stressed over it. So if that is the case for some of you who resonate with that particular type of energy, now is definitely the time to take action in regard to that, and kind of like maybe, move along or something of that nature. Let's see here. Moving on to the third principal card on the top row, this is the Four of Wands, the Temperance card, using practicality and logic in regard to business matters, into certain business matters, and also honing in your creative energy, okay, to prevent you from feeling restless or impulsive. Get into your creative, okay. This can help alleviate some of the stress here that you've been experiencing here with the Three of Swords, the Warrior. It can take your mind off of feeling overworked. It can help relax and soothe your mind and stimulate your mind in other areas. Four, again, is foundation energy, foundation space and energy. Wands is indicative of the aspects of spirituality, creativity, knowledge, and wisdom, communication, and the emotional body, okay? So again, this is calling for stability and using practicality and logic in these areas. So this could also help the way you deal with for those of you who resonate with some of these stressors at work that's being caused by this third-party energy. Okay, messy coworkers or coworkers who act as if they're your boss when they're really not. Wands is also indicative of fire sign energy, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So you may be dealing with a fire sign in the workplace, regardless of the scenario and how it resonates, or you yourself, air sign, may have some fire sign aspects in your birth chart, okay? But again, the key here with the Four of Wands, the Temperance, is to find that balance between being practical and logical, and then following your intuitive promptings and your creative sparks, okay? And definitely is signaling and advising you to get back into your creative body, to spark some creativity within inside yourself, so that you can somewhat be rejuvenated, if you will, okay? So we're going to go ahead and move on down to the bottom row, okay, which is the first principal card of the bottom row, is the Four of Cups, okay? This is the secured. This card reflects safety and commitment within one's relationship, okay? It can even signal the possibility of marriage coming along, okay? So this is a very stable energy within the aspects of the heart, home, and family. It's very secured and safe feeling, if you will. Cups also representing water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, okay? So some of you air signs may be involved in a romantic relationship or pairing with a water sign, and may have been talking about the possibility of getting married. Or some of you air signs may just be wondering the nature of your relationship. with this particular possible water sign, okay, if it's really secure or not. And with this card coming out, it is signifying a secured, safe relationship, a safe space to be in, regardless if it's a romantic pairing, a close family relationship, a best friend, or even a business relationship. But mostly within the energy of this card, I'm feeling more so that it is a romantic pairing, feeling safe, feeling comfortable, feeling loved, feeling valued within this relationship. And you are, okay? So moving on to the second principal card on the bottom row is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this is the height. What's the word that I want to use? Somewhat the climax of prosperity and abundance. The utopia of prosperity and abundance. But this also represents self-care. When you talk about the aspects of the material, finance, business, and property, doing things for yourself, kind of catering to self within these aspects. But this could also represent the desire for even more prosperity and abundance. And you say, for even more, what more can you want or ask for? Because the card prior to this would be the Ten of Pentacles, the money tree, okay? So that's wish fulfillment within the material aspects. But here, this desire for even more prosperity and abundance is because the beholder of this energy wants to do more with these finances in service of others. Okay, so this is very good energy because this is not a self-seeking type of energy. Okay, this is to be of service to others, maybe create shelters or non-profit organizations, or just giving back to the community in some shape, form, or fashion. Okay, so again, this is earth sign energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I was getting ready to say Aquarius again, okay? And this is the Ace of Pentacles. So Aquarius, this may particularly be your energy found within this card. So this may be something that you want to clue into and pay special attention to, especially in regard to the King of Pentacles, the wisdom of Solomon. Okay, so if you have been pondering ideas for nonprofit or giving back to the community in some shape, form, or fashion, Spirit is supporting that idea and is going to make way for the funds to come in to do what you do, or need to do, or want to do in this respect. Okay, now being that the Ace of Pentacles is right below the Three of Swords, I feel like that you have been kind of long suffering over this idea. This is something that you really want to get off the paper and into motion. Okay, so again, Spirit is supporting that. Okay, their Spirit is going to grant you what you need in order to move forward and take action with these ideas, for those of you who resonate with that energy. Okay, so the final principal card on the bottom row is the King of Wands. Okay, this is the High Priest, divine masculine energy, taking action and imparting within the aspects of spirituality, creativity, knowledge and wisdom, communication, and the emotional body. Okay, so being that this is coming directly below the Four of Wands, okay, the Temperance, and using practicality and knowledge in regard to how you're dealing with things, particularly in this work environment, for those of you who resonate with that energy and, you know, the conflicting energies and being stressed and feeling overworked. in your work environment. For those of you who are in a creative type of career, okay, this could be photography, some type of musical career, advertising, marketing, things of that nature. Now is the time for you to take action on your intuitive promptings, on your creative sparks. Okay, now's the time to take some action in addressing some of these issues, conflicting issues, and communicate your concerns in a very diplomatic, professional type of way. The King of Wands is highly intuitive, very trustworthy, honest, and intelligent. Has a lot of knowledge and wisdom about the things that they have experienced in life, life experiences. They can also be book smart as well, but this knowledge and wisdom is a wealth of knowledge and wisdom from their own personal life experiences and their journeys. Okay, so they're able to effectively impart to others from these aspects. Okay, they are usually very passionate about these aspects. Okay, so we are dealing with fire sign energy again here, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Okay, shout out to my fellow Aries, because we are in Aries season. Okay, so we are going to clarify these energies and further see how they correlate with one another, if there is indeed a split in energies from one beholder to the other, or if these are just all energies within one person. So we shall see what's good. Okay, so Spirit, let's go ahead and clarify all 6 principal cards for the collective of air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or otherwise heavily aspected in their birth chart. Okay, so for some of you, clarifier, 10 of Swords in reverse, the dark night of the soul, completion. Okay, the next clarifier, Master Magician. Let me move this deck out the way. Excuse me out. Shit. Alrighty. And the final clarifier card, at least at this point. Oh, now I'm getting hungry. Temperance in reverse, the 4 of Wands. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go back to this first clarifier, the 10 of Swords in reverse, the dark night of the soul. Okay. So with this coming out and with this being in the middle diagonally, moving up to the left, which is in the middle of the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Okay. So what that tells me is that some of you all have recently been in a dark night of the soul, particularly with some financial aspects. Okay. So some of you may, for lack of a better term, may be or have been penny pinchers when it comes to your material aspects, just really going over everything with a fine-tooth comb, but in a very stressful manner. Okay, and I feel like that this is because of certain experiences growing up. your personal home life, whether you came up in a two-parent home or a single-parent home. I feel like a lot of this energy is found within a single-parent home, and really having to stretch one's income in order to survive. Particularly, I feel within a moderately big family. Okay, and what I mean by that, a single parent with three to four or more children or bodies to take care of. Okay, and because of this experience, it has caused you to look at and deal with your finances in a very strict, penny pinching type of way. Because those of you who resonate with this energy don't necessarily want to experience that type of lifestyle again, that type of struggling or worrying, where the next meal is going to come from, or if you'll be able to keep a roof over your head, not only for yourself, but for your loved ones, and being able to provide this security within the aspects of the heart, home, and family. So you're recently coming out of this dark night of the soul experience, particularly addressing this financial aspect. Because I feel like for some of you, you sort of suppressed these experiences growing up, or for some of you, you may have even experienced a time of homelessness, and really going without your material aspects and learning how to survive on little to nothing out in the streets, out in the cold world. And I can actually resonate with both of those energies because I've experienced both. I grew up in a single parent household. My mom oftentimes, worked two jobs while still being on public assistance. And she raised four of us on her own, two of which are twins, in the projects of Chicago. So, although I don't carry this energy of being a penny pincher and constantly worrying and stressing over my financial aspects, I know that some of you air signs can possibly resonate with this energy, whether it's coming from a low income experience or an experience of being homeless, whether that was during your foundation periods of being a child or even later on in life. And some of you may have just suppressed that experience, regardless of the time frame that it occurred, and just kept moving forward. But I feel like that you were recently in a dark night of the soul that really addressed some of those issues and insecurities to bring about healing, so that you won't have to go about your financial aspects or your careers or your business aspects constantly worried and stressed about the income and how you're going to provide for self and for your loved ones. Okay, so the number 10 is completing a cycle. Okay, so if you successfully went through this dark night of the soul period and experience, and you addressed these emotions and dealt with them, then your healing has begun, and you have completed this cycle of staying in this stressed energy, this overworking energy, because some of you all have just been overworking yourself tirelessly just to make sure that you have enough. And I feel like that you do have enough, but you're just so driven in this respect that you're constantly on the go, you're constantly working. So with this dark night of the soul experience in regard to your material aspects and learning and healing from what you need to, it's bringing about a sort of relief, because you now realize that you don't have to go so hard. You don't have to push yourself so hard in order to maintain this material aspect. Okay. And there's also brought upon some relief in realizing that your aspects of your heart, home, and family are secure. They are safe. Your romantic, I mean, you can take your partner out on lavish dates and vacations because everything is good within this foundation space. Okay, because you are abundant. Okay, you are King Solomon. You do have that wisdom on how to appropriate your funds correctly, and how to invest, and how to make your money grow and work for you. Okay, so this dark night of the soul energy and coming out of that is very significant because you have learned some major lessons about yourself and about your experiences within these aspects, and you're now able to apply that knowledge and turn it into wisdom. Wisdom of Solomon, King of Pentacles. And now you can impart to others and take action based on this newfound wisdom in regard to these aspects. Okay, so this is definitely your energy air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay, and it's allowing you to for those of you who resonate with this feeling stressed and overworked in regard to your financial aspects. Okay, and with that occurring, that takes you to now being King Solomon in regard to these aspects, and now acquiring this additional prosperity and abundance. You're becoming a master and magician over your material aspects, and you really are able and will begin to see that you're able to manifest quite efficiently and quite quickly within these aspects. With this Master Magician card coming out as the clarifier. Okay, so not only are you becoming the master and the magician over your material aspects and creating even more prosperity and abundance for yourself, you're becoming master and a magician in your work situations. Okay, for those of you who resonated with being stressed due to certain workplace shenanigans, etc., etc., and etc., you're now coming to a place of being balanced in using practicality and using logic, and when to dip into your intuitive and creative promptings. Okay, so now that you are master in that arena, you can now effectively and appropriately handle and deal with this stressful energy, coming from or stemming from these workplace shenanigans. Okay. Now this Master Magician energy coincides with this High Priest energy. Okay, because again, not only with the High Priest energy, but as well as with the Temperance. Okay, that balance between practicality and intuitive promptings. Okay, so the King of Wands, the High Priest, knows exactly when to take action on these spiritual promptings, on these creative promptings, and knows how to effectively communicate in order to bring upon resolution. So this is very powerful energy when you pair the High Priest with the Master Magician. Okay, so I also feel like that you're going to be able to create some spectacular things with these two energies. You can definitely take some of this creative energy and pair it with the King of Pentacles and create a new business for yourself. Become that entrepreneur, or come up with some very unique, authentic, and genuine nonprofit organizations, and just begin to create some things in order to be of service to other people and to help heal other people, and even bring other people into their own creative bodies, into their own spiritual experiences, and effectively imparting and teaching others how to communicate effectively and how to deal with their emotional bodies and the things that they've experienced in order to come into a place of healing. Okay? And that will in turn, that energy paired with the Master Magician and the High Priest will in turn help battle or remedy this energy found in the Temperance card in reverse. Okay, because this is someone, or this energy is that of which is imbalanced. Okay, doesn't know when to effectively use practicality or logic, as opposed to going off one's intuition or creative promptings. Okay. So incidentally, that's 4 4s on the spread. Again, we have 4 4s in the cards and 3 4s, excuse me, in the spread, and 3 4s in the dice. So that's really telling me that now is the time to really work on our foundation space and our foundation energy, and make sure that we're building on solid ground. Okay, so Spirit really wants us to pay attention to that, and how we're moving forward and taking action on certain ideals and things that we're creating for ourselves, and not only for ourselves but for the good of others. I was going to go somewhere with that, but Spirit will bring it back to my remembrance. Okay. Spirit, what else do you want to clarify for the collective right now? If anything else at this point. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and switch to my Gods and Goddess deck and see what the ancient Kemetic hierarchy has to say to the collective of the air sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or otherwise heavily aspected in your birth chart, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. And what I was going to say is I'm saying we because I'm heavily aspected as Libra in my birth chart. And it doesn't really make too much of a big whoop, but I wanted to clarify why I was saying we. Because as most of you all know, I'm Leo Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Virgo Rising and Venus. But I am heavily aspected Libra in my birth chart. It's first Leo, I believe, and then Libra. And then Sagittarius and Virgo. I have some other shit in there as well, but okay. So ancient Kemetic ones, Egypt, in other words. What do we have? Okay, so this is the inheritor. Okay, this is one's birthright coming out. That's wonderful. An inheritance, huge financial blessings coming in. Now that's officially 4 4s in the spread now that's on the board. So with some of these ideas coming in regard to the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and some creative ideas coming from the High Priest found in the King of Wands, is going to bring about some huge income, I feel like that some of you, when you get into the creative energy of the King of Wands, the High Priest, it's going to lead you to something very significant, especially paired with this Master Magician energy, because you're going to create something that is going to change the world in some aspect, and the way that we do business in some aspect. This is going to create generational wealth for yourself, for your descendants. You'll be able to leave inheritances and birthrights for your descendants. So this is wonderful. This is huge energy, a huge blessing and opportunity to create the outcome for this card and energy. Again, Pentacles dealing with the aspects of the material, finances, business, and property. Earth sign energy, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. I almost said Aquarius again, but I made sure that I did not this time. So let's see what else we have. Our Kemetic hierarchy. Ooh, I hate bending my cards. Okay, so this is the Five of Swords in reverse. Okay, so this is the breakup artist. This is an abrupt ending to certain situations. Expect the unexpected, disruption of lifestyle due to outside routine. Okay, so I feel like this abrupt ending in one scenario is in regard to these financial or material hangups, and this penny pinching, especially when you talk about successfully coming out of the dark night of the soul experience in regard to these financial aspects. You're putting an abrupt, so confirmation, that's what it is. So you're putting an abrupt ending to these penny pinching ways, and being so, what's the word that I'm looking, frugal with these aspects, and really relaxing in the energy and knowing that you are safe and secure within the aspects of your heart, home, and family, because you are using the wisdom of King Solomon and taking action and imparting within those aspects appropriately. You're also leaning and trusting to your intuitive and creative promptings, and becoming master over that space and energy in both the High Priest and the wisdom of Solomon. And you're bringing that balance into your life, into your heart, home, and family, and ridding yourself in turn, bringing an abrupt end to this stress energy, this feeling overworked. Okay, and again, using this energy from the High Priest and communicating effectively some of these concerns with this third-party shenanigan going on in the workplace. You're also going to bring an abrupt ending to that foolishness, because it's like, all right, now it's time out for this bullshit. You might not want to say that at work, depending on what your work environment and climate is like. I know when I used to work for Vonage, the way that we talked, but it was, we knew the space and energy from which the language that was used was coming from. I loved working at Vonage. That was one of the best working experiences that I had. I mean, we used to drink on Friday. They used to bring in beer and wine and stuff, and we would drink in the office, be at the cubicles working with a glass of wine or a bottle of beer. And I've met some of the most beautiful people, and fostered some of the most wonderful relationships there. So again, this Five of Swords, the breakup artist, is bringing an abrupt ending to a lot of things. Again, this penny pinching, frugal energy within your material aspects, this third party, messy, conflicting energy within the workplace. And you're just moving forward and creating some things for yourself and for others, and to be of service to others. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what else the Kemetic hierarchy has to say for the collective of air signs. Okay. Page of Wands, Anubis. Page of Wands. Okay, so this reminds us to be grateful and appreciative for all things and all experiences, whether it's contrasting or not. I have become so appreciative of the contrasting points and moments in my life, because I know that it is only breeding and making room for clarity, okay, and resolution to come in, because with clarity comes resolve, because you clearly see things, and we'll see and create an avenue for resolution, for resolve, for remedy. And then you can continue to move forward in that vein and energy with a clear scope of vision, without obscured vision. Okay? I also want you to know that you are divinely guided and protected. So there's fear not. For behold, I bring you good tidings. I just heard that song. So we're going to go ahead and see what else they want us to know. And abide by. Four of Cups. Okay? This is Four of Cups in reverse. So not only are the steps that you're taking and the actions that you're taking within being a master of the High Priest energy and the Wisdom of Solomon energy, not only are you providing a safe and secure place for your heart, home, and family aspects, but you're secure within now. So this is now what? 5 fours on the board and in the spread. It's very significant energy, because with this energy and with this now applied knowledge from the dark night of the soul turned into wisdom, and taking intuitive action and promptings from your creative space, and now creating masterfully within the aspects of your material, you have now created a safe place for yourself. You can now relax, relate, release. And now this stressful energy, that shit is dead now, because you have now done the work. You went through this dark night of the soul. You've addressed certain issues so that you can now begin to heal, okay, and move forward. So this is definitely wonderful energy. It's something to be said to feel safe within your own, safe and secure within your own energy. Ain't nothing like it. So we're going to go ahead and take a peek from your spiritual team, angels, archangels, and ancestors, and see what it is they want to advise the collective of air signs during this time: Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or otherwise heavily aspected. Okay? So let's see. Emperor energy, Ace of Wands. So now we have 2 aces on the board in this spread. Ace of Wands. This energy embodies all kings in the deck. Divine masculine energy rules over all. Knows what the fuck he or she is doing, taking appropriate action, inspired action at all times. This energy does not move unless it is intuitively inspired to take action. Okay, this energy is going to get the job done on all levels. If need be, this energy will be the warrior. If need be, this energy will be the wisdom of Solomon, will be the high priest, will be the provider. Again, embodying all aspects and energies of all the kings in the deck. Okay, there's nothing better than this energy outside of the full and master magician energy. Okay, so you're really taking control over your life and taking the appropriate actions on all levels at this point. Divine masculine energy, and this could be within a male or female, because always remember that we all inhabit and exhibit masculine and feminine energy. Some more than one more than the other. Just all depends. But again, as I always say, the key is to operate between the two in balanced energy, the yin and the yang. Okay, so we're going to see what your galactical team wants to advise you of air signs. For those of you who resonate as Starseed, Pleiadian, Arcturian, Lyran, Lemurian, so on and so forth. Starseeds, what do we have for I was getting ready to say the Aquarius collective, but that's somewhat accurate since we are now in the Aquarian age. Queen of Swords. This is definitely interesting because Queen of Swords is Black Widow energy in its upright position. Okay, this is manipulative, deceitful energy, constantly weaving a web to ensnare their intended prey, whether male or female, beholder or prey. But in its reverse position, which I feel that this is the energy of the Queen of Swords in the reverse, is that this is a very seemingly dark and brooding type of energy or person or personality, somewhat goth, if you will, in appearance or in nature. But the key difference here in this energy between its upright and reverse position is that the reverse position is highly spiritual in nature, and they just have this type of brooding, goth, shadow type of energy about them. But the key difference here is this energy does not operate in ill intent. It does not set out to manipulate, to deceive, to take down their prey. Okay, so this is definitely coming out in the reverse energy. I feel like that the Starseed Collective is advising or encouraging those of you who resonate to embrace more of your shadow aspects, to bring more of a tempered balance here, okay, with this imbalance within the spiritual aspects. Okay, so they are just simply advising that you come into more embrace your shadow aspects a little more. Okay, there's nothing wrong with shadow aspects as long as it's balanced and not operating from ill intent. Okay, so that's what they want to advise. That's divine feminine energy as well, and that's your energy, air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay, so we're going to take one more card from the ancient Kemetic hierarchy, and see if they have any final words for the collective of air signs before we go ahead and dip out of this bitch. Ace of Cups. Okay. In reverse. Okay, so this is loving self. This is self, the epitome of self-care, self-empowerment, putting self first, making sure that self is secured and safe within before being able to pour into the cups of others, okay? So this is a desire to continue to love on self and to just cater to your own particular needs, and make sure that you self is properly taken care of so that you can effectively pour into the cups of your loved ones, pour into the cups of your business endeavors, pour into the cups of your creative and intuitive endeavors. Okay, so this is the epitome of taking care of yourself and making sure that you're good in order to be there properly for other people. So that's 3 aces on the board. 5 fours, 2 kings. So this is wonderful energy. There's some work that needs to be done, but it's not hard work, and it's not even a lot of work. Okay, with the work to be done is some wonderful outcomes and manifestations from the things created from this work that is to be done. And some of these intuitive and creative promptings that you're going to get, if you have not already begun to receive, and now is the time to take action on those promptings. It's time to create for manifestations so that we can get the outcomes that we so richly desire for ourselves, to provide that stability and that safe and security within our heart, home, and family aspects. To get out of this imbalanced energy and to no longer be or feel stressed or overworked. Okay? Get to that money bag, that there's birthright, this inheritance, this generational wealth that will be manifested from these ideas, and taking the appropriate action and being the master magician of your life, air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So at this time, that has been your general intuitive reading for the collective of the air signs at this time. If you would like to book your own personal intuitive reading session, your own personal coaching session, or if you want to go ahead and take one of my online coaching courses, all of the information will be listed in the description box below, as well as my payment forms if you just want to donate and show financial appreciation to Soul Driven, Soul Intended. Okay, I certainly love and appreciate each and every one of you that love and appreciate me and that resonate with the work that I do, and even those that don't resonate and don't like what I do. I think and I love you too, because you give me a reason, an added reason to continue on, you dig? So with that said and done, until next time, deuces, love you all very much.